Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special episode of the podcast. This is Wild Fang. Of course, it's Wild Fang. He's always here. You can introduce yourself, sir.
Well, I thought you wasn't finished, sir.
Nah. I introduce myself in small intervals. Consistently.
So you're a clown.
Shut your mouth. I am not a clown. I am a warrior.
You're right. You're the whole goddamn circus.
Hey, shut your mouth before I punch you in the penis. Anywho, welcome to a good episode of the podcast where we have a few things to say about a few things. And today, I want to start with a special thing called the TGS announcements. Apparently, TGS had some few things, namely Xbox stating that they are going to start working on getting their Japanese lineup up, and I was like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. But let's start off. Tokyo Game Show. One of the few things, and I'm only going to talk about the important shit because I'm not about to sit here and talk about every single thing that happened at this fucking Tokyo Game Show. First things first. Monster Hunter Rise gets a fucking it gets a Monster Hunter World type of update. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I remember. It's like a DLC expansion type thing.
Yep. Unfortunately, Monster Hunter Rise, I don't know. I didn't like the fact that it's not like World at all. It's kind of like worse, but we'll see. Like World spoiled me too much for me to care too much about Rise. But I do need to go back and beat Rise. And then they did something that would probably piss off a lot of people. Rise is coming to PC and Steam. I don't know if you saw that too, but
I saw.
Yeah, that kind of.
That was confirmed when the game first came out.
Yeah, that was annoying. I was like, why didn't I just buy it on the fucking Steam or something so I can, actively be more engaged with the game, because I don't play it on my Switch. I barely sometimes play my Switch. I have so many games backed up on my Switch, but yeah, whatever. Also, Monster Hunter Rise has a fun surprise for people like me. They have a Ghosts and Goblins collab. Yeah, Ghosts and Goblins collab. I don't know if you like Ghosts and Goblins. And they also have, and it looks like for what it says, a Sonic collab.
A lot of people are confused about that.
Yeah, that one was weird. It literally says Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, legit. So it's a little odd. So let's ignore that. Xbox is increasing their Japanese lineup. So they got like a bunch of stuff on the way. They also got Scarlet Nexus on Game Pass now, which bugged the fuck out of me.
Pissed me off.
Yeah, it
pissed me off in a way, but in a way it didn't.
Yeah.
If I didn't like Scarlet Nexus, it probably would have pissed me off. But I like Scarlet Nexus.
Yeah, games like Unsold, Everything Chronicles. They're getting King of Fighters 15, which I'm not even sure about King of Fighters 15. A lot of the same old basic stuff. It's just they're now getting it, and people are like, "Oh, you're a little, yeah." Then there's Redfall, which is a Bethesda game. I don't know if anybody realizes that Bethesda is an Xbox company now, and it was made by Arcane Studios. So, if there's one thing you guys know about Arcane Studios is they made Dishonored, and then they made Dishonored again, and then they just made Dishonored, but they call it Dishonored Deathloop Edition. So, I'm not really an Arcane fan. I'm more of a, the game. While the games are good, Arcane literally has made the same game like 50 times at this point. And at this point, it's just like, I love you guys, but you guys need to stop and kind of like alter your gameplay. I don't know if you played Deathloop yet.
No, I honestly had zero interest.
Well, Deathloop is a fantastic game. It's not a 10 out of 10 for me. It's literally Dishonored with guns. And in a different time.
I heard it's more stealthy than people thought it would be.
Oh yeah, it's about as stealthy as Dishonored, but with guns. and a like 80s 90s aesthetic, an 80s aesthetic, and a cool protagonist that actually you can actually get behind. Because Corvo, while I love that guy, he was pretty bland. Another thing they announced was a new character for King of Fighters, in which I was like, oh snap! If you're not a King of Fighters fan, who cares? she's literally the same as the main character from 14, which is the dude with the demon hands flying behind him, but she has purple demon hands flying behind her, and she does kicks, and it was just like, oh, she's spray paints. I was like, that's pretty cool. Next, there was a trailer for The Good Life, Xbox only demo that we're getting for Xbox here, and I don't know if anybody is going to buy the Sweries, The Good Life.
Also, someone will.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone will. It's a slice of life simulator.
Xbox exclusive?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is this?
But there is a demo on Xbox. Yeah. Then there's Eternal Return. I don't know if you've seen that one, but that's just, I literally just downloaded it for my PC. It's an anime battle royale / MOBA / survival game.
I don't do MOBA.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. it's neat. I think there's a character for everybody that likes anime, but there's also, the annoying part of, it being slightly a MOBA / a battle fucking royale, in which bullshit and more bullshit can happen. But you know what? I think it's ready to talk about this one. Strangers of Paradise Origins.
Yes.
It finally got a release date.
And a second demo. Did you play that second demo, sir?
I did not play the second demo. How was the second demo?
You suck.
It still sucks?
Much better. No, I said you suck.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's better than the first demo. It's basically taking the Neo effect. How Neo started off as kind of meh, but then it quickly became very, very, very good. As each alpha test of Neo went on, it became better and better. That's literally what Strangers of Paradise is doing right now.
Yeah, because they literally said they're taking everything that people. They literally said that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. It literally said they're using the feedback of what people told them.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically going to be a Neo effect where, Neo didn't play as good when it first came out, and then every beta, every alpha, it got better, and then when it released, it became a very good game. And Stranger Paradise seemed like it's following the same steps. The beta was fine. I mean, the second demo was fine. You got to fight a second boss. You got to unlock actual jobs now.
Is it actually an improved? It's improved.
Yeah, I mean, it's improved.
It's not.
I feel like it's improved.
The AI, are they still stupid as hell?
Oh, the AI sucks. But the AI is fucking terrible. But outside of that, I mean, overall, it's a vast improvement overall than what we've had before.
Ooh.
Now the game is completely co-op.
Ooh.
So you can play it like Neo 2, essentially.
Oh, because it's made by the same people.
And that's when you can use the other characters.
Oh,
so you're not. It's not two jacks. If you play in co-op, one of you will play. You'll play Ash or Jed. And I'm assuming the girl.
Oh, okay.
So you can make your party.
Oh, okay.
But outside of that, it played well. I had no lasting issues against it. It played well enough for me.
All right. You just gave me hope for the game when it releases. Am I still gonna say that this game is pointless? Yeah, the game is fucking pointless. Like, what do you need to know about Garland that you don't already know?
Well, got the service games.
Okay.
Not for people who know about Garland. For those who don't know.
I mean, I'll save you the trouble. Chaos is Garland from the future.
We know that.
Garland was a warrior.
Yes. Again, we know that, sir.
I know.
This is for people who not want to go back and play Final Fantasy 4?
1.
Or 1, whichever one. Yeah, 1.
I mean,
no one going back and play that shit.
That's literally hard to do. If you know what, you're right. I'm not gonna fucking argue with people. I'm gonna just say these people are jackasses.
I mean, no one's. I'm just saying, no one's gonna go back and play Final Fantasy 1 in 2021. Not happening. You'll be lucky enough to play Final Fantasy fucking 6.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm gonna go download the new demo, like you pretty much stated.
Oh, the demo's over. Sorry, it was a limited thing.
Oh, it's over. All right, I did not get a chance to play it.
It was over like over what 3 weeks ago.
Okay. So next is Dungeon Encounters, which I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. I'm not buying this game. Nor am I game flying it. Nor am I going to pretend like it exists. It looks so fucking boring, and it's a crossword dungeon crawler type of game. I don't know if you've seen it. Dungeon Encounters.
I've heard of it, but I didn't know exactly what it was.
Yeah. Then there's Elden Ring. That looks like a good game.
What game?
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Yeah. No, Chronicle.
Mm-hmm.
Chronicle. I'm sorry. Rising. Because Rising is, something that you really had to put. It's a 2D action platformer where you have a party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's move on to like a part 2, because this is only part 1. Oh yeah. All right. There we got.
For some reason, I thought you were making a mockery of Elden Ring, bro. I was about to say what?
No. We're gonna talk about fucking February, my guy.
Fuck February.
We got a.
No.
We got.
I have mixed thoughts on Elden Ring being delayed.
Hold up a second on that. So we got Forspoken, kind of trailer. I was, not truly. I'm still not getting the game. Oh man, that's okay. Maybe Spirit can get the game. I'm not buying that game. We also got a new trailer for Shin Megami Tensei 5, which, as I say to everybody, it's just Persona without, the Persona, and you should buy it, which is what I'm going to do.
If I was more into turn-based,
yeah,
I'd probably buy it, but I'm not really. It's all that much. I mean, it's just something I'm not. I mean, I can play it.
Yeah.
Like I can deal with turn-based. I'm just. It takes a lot for me to eat. I'll have to really be engrossed in the story, and since I haven't played a Shin Megami Tensei game since like the first one, yeah, it's probably a no-go for me.
Then there's the Triangle Strategy, which Square Enix has mental issues with the naming. For some reason, why didn't they just name it something? They named it Triangle Strategy. Like I don't care. Atelier Sophie 2 got announced. Yeah, that's a February game, by the way. So I know what I'm not buying, because I'm like, yo, nah. Oh shit! I did just look at this for Strangers. Oh man. Whatever. I'll probably just play it. Something that you might be. Yeah. Wait, what?
I said Operation Raccoon City on sale on Steam, $5.99. Oh yeah.
That game is worth $5.99 to you.
No, I'm not buying that shit. I'm done with. Listen, I've done my due diligence on that game. I was a poor sap board on both PS3 and Xbox 360.
Ooh. And
no.
I remember
was
back
that
in the
one?
day.
No. Sorry. I didn't buy both, or did I? No, it was Resi 6. I think I did buy 2 Operation Raccoon Cities. And I bought Resi 6, I think, on both. No, only bought 1 Resi 6, and I think I bought Operation Raccoon City on both consoles. Yeah. We're not going back to that game ever again. That game is indulgent. Down there with dead aim. Yeah, I'm sure you remember Resident Evil Dead Aim.
Oh my God, JoJo.
Well, while he is tending to other means, because our host does not like to let people know when he disappears.
I caught my dog eating something that. Oh my God. Okay, moving on to something that you probably wanted to hear, but you didn't. You've been asking for decades. Dragon Quest X offline announced.
No, I have not been asking that for decades because it's still it's only coming out in Japan.
What?
B, yes, that's just not coming out in America.
Oh.
Oh. You thought she was coming out to America? Sure. What? Not coming out to America. That game is strictly a Japanese only game. I mean, Japanese only game.
To make it even worse, I don't like the art style. I like, the previous game's art style a lot better than where the characters were detailed. Whatever. Next
the game is
Hated armor. Entering the
business. What the game of what?
The game sucks. The fact that it's only coming out for that console. I mean, sorry. The fact that this is my issue. Why are we now? Let me state by saying, if I missed something about it coming into the States, forgive me. But I did not see anything about a U.S. release. So my question is, who is this game for? So, let me do a quick look up of this game. Right. I want to make sure. Dragon Quest and offline. Right. So, yes, Dragon Quest X offline is Japan only for now. So, who is this for?
I don't know.
Like, legitimately, who the fuck is this for?
People who...
Like, no! Who is this for? Why would anyone buy this game? Find me one person that will sit there and say, yeah, I'm gonna buy Dragon Quest offline. Do you understand? First of all, how long is this game gonna be? Is it just the first story of this is the problem with this game, so you shouldn't have brought this up. This is the first problem with this game. Okay? Multiple issues with Dragon Quest right now. This game legitimately makes zero, and I mean 0 sense in every sense of the word, because this game is already in Japan for the last 11, 12 years?
Yeah.
Also, on top of all of that, how long is this game going to be? Because you can actually play Dragon Quest X online now, even though it's in Japanese, for free. The first, 2 major updates for free? Similar to how FF14 does this. So, my question is, who is this game for? Because if anyone even buys this game, A, they're a fucking idiot. B, I don't know who this is for. Now, if they had said this is coming global, then it's like, okay, well, it's global, so at least, I wouldn't like it, but at least they're getting their money from a global market, so it makes some sense globally. But they're not even getting that. So who is this for? I don't know who this is for.
I believe it's.
I would love to know who this.
It's for the people who want to play Dragon Quest X.
But sir, you can already download the game for free and play it for free. The first two big updates for free. So exactly who is this game? I doubt this game goes all the way up to version 6, 4, or 5 now. They're on 6, I think. I doubt this game goes up to that. And if it does, congratulations. But again, who is this for? It comes out in a country where the game has already been out for over 10 years. Who's buying this shit?
Wait a second. So, thinking about it, right? Thinking about it. If I already have the online version, why would I get this version?
Sir, exactly. The game has been out for over 10 years in the country that is releasing. So who is this for?
Yeah, now that
this is like the biggest. This is literally worse than the Switch OLED.
Which I got, by the way.
Because legitimately, if I really wanted to sit down and put my clown makeup on, I can make arguments for a Switch OLED.
Yeah,
I could. I can't make an argument for this.
Wow.
This game has been out over 10 years in Japan. Anyone who's actually wanted to play this game has played it. It's not like it's inaccessible to play. You can play it on like 5 different fucking consoles.
Really?
So who is this for? It's on Switch, PS4, PS5, 3D, it was on 3DS. Maybe on Wii.
Wait. It was on 3DS?
I believe so.
Jesus Christ.
This game was on everywhere. This game was a whore. Dragon Quest X was, I think it was on 3DS. I do think so. I could be wrong on that. But either way, this game has been on at least 4 or 5 consoles. And it's been out since Final Fantasy. Matter of fact, let's just find an exact date for Dragon Quest X. When did Dragon Quest X exactly come out? I can't even fathom why this is even a thing. This is why I ignored it when they said it. It doesn't even make sense.
It won't.
What is this? It doesn't make sense. See, Dragon Quest Switch. Well, Dragon Quest Online. Let's see. When did this game come out? Dragon Quest X came out August 2nd, 2012.
What?
It is. This system was on PS4, Wii U, Wii, 3DS, Nintendo Switch, Android, apparently. It has not made an official PS5, but by PS4 you can play it on PS5 and on PC. So my question is, who is this for? Why are we wasting resources making an offline version of this game? Who gives a shit? Who cares about an offline version of Dragon Quest X? Who cares? Most people who wanted to play Dragon Quest X, regardless of its MMO aspect or not, has already played it. Now you may have that one bumblefuck guy underneath a rock who sits there and says, well, if it's not single player, I'm not going to play it. And to that person, you are a fucking clown. But also to that person, congratulations, you waited almost 9 years for your game to finally come out. Congratulations. But for the other 99.9% of people who played this game that wanted to play it, who is this? Why would they waste their time? Because how long is Dragon Quest offline? When you can download the game and play it for free. And most MMOs can be played by yourself. And if you can't play by yourself, they put you in a party regardless. It's not like it's not like you don't have to find someone. They'll just put you in a party regardless. So, who was this for? The game, I guess, is going to play the exact same. You do the beginning. You get a character. Your character dies. You make a new character. Reincarnated. It's basically an isekai. You get reincarnated. Nothing changes. Just there's no other people around. Instead of an MMO, they'll fine tune the bosses for solo play, I guess, and fine tune certain things. They'll tone down the quest for solo play. Who is this fucking for? What a waste of fucking resources.
They literally. They literally just wasted their fucking time thinking about it. Like what you're bringing up is actually making complete sense. It's almost like it's fucking pointless.
Like I legitimately could not find. Like I said, I can sit here and put my tinfoil hat and actually defend or make a case for the Nintendo Switch OLED. I could. Well, even with that same tinfoil hat, because we said this before, who is the OLED fool?
Yeah.
But if you really sat down and put on the clown makeup and put on your tinfoil hat, you can make a case for the Nintendo Switch OLED. Great. But I, as a human being with the same clown makeup and the tinfoil hat, cannot make a logical explanation for Dragon Quest Offline for it only in Japan. There's no way. No way.
Yeah.
Now,
like as soon as you brought up the fact that it's like it's Japan only, and you can play it for free in Japan right now, what's the point?
I already have the game on my Switch for free.
Oh shit, you do.
I have the game on my Switch in Japanese. Now I haven't gotten that far. Not that you really need to. The map tells you kind of where to go. But the game is on my Switch right now. The online version of the game is on my Switch right now. And I can just play it. I can literally call my Switch and play it right now if I really want to. So, and that is up to like version 2. So my question is, how far is the offline version? Because if it goes up only to version 1, then why would you waste $60? Well, you can just download the online version and play it regardless. I don't see the logic here. Like, who is this? My question is, who is this game for? Because if you, like I said earlier, if you wanted to play Dragon Quest X, it has been almost 10 years. Legitimately, that game came out in 2012. It's almost 2022. That game will release in 2022. It would have been basically 9.5, almost 10 years. If you have not played that game in 10 years, you have no interest. You don't care. You're not going to sit here and sit on your fucking hands and say, well, it's the online version. I don't care unless it's single player. If you're that kind of person, you're probably one out of like a billion. And if you are that one, well, congratulations, sir. In 2022, you finally have Dragon Quest Offline. But for the other 90% of the people, 99.9% of the people, why would you even buy this? Now, yes, there'll be them Dragon Quest elitists. There'll be people who will buy it just to have it in their collection. There are people like that. I'm not even saying this game won't sell, because most likely people will be fucking idiots and buy it and keep it, and just for in case their internet goes down, they have a Dragon Quest game to play. Oh, what they fucking do, right? I guess you can say that's the argument. After 10 years, yeah, we're worried about that now, right? 10 years, bullshit. So yeah, the game may sell, but if it's not coming to the States, what was the fucking point? I don't understand the move. If you're not going to release the game in the States, why even make an offline version? For those who don't have internet, this game is 10 years old. At that point, how many times are these people, those same people who've been playing the game for 10 years at this point, maybe lost internet at some point? They're on version, 5, 6 now? They've already played, hoarded, and just doing shit just for doing it at this point. The fuck do they care?
Yeah,
they're done.
That makes sense.
But why would they play all 5 versions do the same shit they've already done? Doesn't make any sense. Now, if it said Japan and United States, okay. Granted, in Japan, it would, I still wouldn't understand why it come out of Japan. But at least if it said United States, it'd been okay. They didn't want to. Square Enix does not want to compete with their Final Fantasy. Let's just be real here. Square Enix in America does not want to compete with FF14 in America. They're fine with doing it in Japan, because Japan, they'll throw out the money for every fucking game out there. They will. Now, I guess you can say, well, for those who didn't want to pay a subscription, I guess if I really want to throw this for it, I could find one argument for those who don't want to play Dragon Quest with a subscription. It's been 10 years. The game is basically free for download at this point. People have had opportunities to play this game for free probably for the last 4 years. At least up to a certain part, like FF14. You can play FF14 up to like right when Heaven Ward is done. I think you can play up to.
Oh wow!
It's either right at Heaven's Ward or right after Heaven's Ward. Like you can play all of them Reborn, and I think you can play all of Heaven's Ward now. I think, or at least some part of Heaven's Ward, maybe on FF14 for free, and then you have to pay the game. It's the same thing with Dragon Quest. I think you can play up the first. You have the first, the initial game, and I think you have the second update, like the second expansion update, whatever. I think you can play either those two or just the first one. Either way, the game is playable now for free. So even with that logic of maybe for people who don't want to pay a subscription, Japan don't care. They'll pay it because they love Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest Online, ironically, still has quite a few people playing it, not as much as FF14, but it still has a lot. America is not going to go for that. That's probably why they won't release it over here, because it's not a subscription-based game. They don't want to compete with FF14. Let's just throw that out the way. That's my opinion. In America, they don't want to compete with their own game. But you're not even releasing the offline version over here. So what's the fucking point of it? What was the point in sitting down with your team, cutting out things and rearranging things and redoing the numbers because you're doing a single player game now? What was the purpose if it's not coming to a state that doesn't even have the game to begin with? You're giving it to a country that's had your game for almost 10 years at this point. I don't understand the logic there. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, who is this for? This is worse than the OLED. Worse. This is probably the most baffling game to come out in the history of games. I can make a case for almost any game that comes out. Why are there two versions of Pokemon games? I can make an argument for that.
Why?
It's stupid, but I can make an argument for that. The reason why there's two Pokemon games is because they want to make money. And that way they can separate Pokemon from games, and thus they make more money. It's a business move. A successful business move, because at least it's a new Pokemon. It's a business move. That's the argument. It's a business move. They don't need to make two. They've never needed to make two Pokemon versions. Realistically, the Pokemon versions outside of Sword and Shield, realistically, the only thing they had differently was descriptions.
Yeah. And
maybe a Pokemon like a Scyther is in one and an Electabuzz is in the other. That's it. They get you by that. They'll split the Pokemon so you end up either A, buying both games, or one person will buy both, or people will just go off and buy different versions, thus kind of making the overall profit higher, essentially. That's the version for that. I can't find it from Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
Even the subscription-based thing, I can't even use that because the game has been out for so damn long. At some point, whether you like subscription-based or not, if you really wanted to play Dragon Quest, at some point, within this 10-year span, or almost 10 years at this point, you have played that game in some capacity. It is free to download now. It has been free for a couple years now for a certain part. The game costs just as much as FF14, if not a little bit cheaper, I think. So at some point, they played it. So I don't know who this game is for. I honestly, this is why I didn't bring it up. I didn't want to bring it up because I knew it was going to be a rant. So it doesn't make... This is the game I won this stage because it's the MMO, I think, outside PSO2, which that's another baffling decision. I'm looking at you, Sony. I outside PSO2 and maybe some others that I wanted to try out as an MMO with friends and people. There's Dragon Quest. But, A, most of my friends aren't going to download a Japanese game, and there's nothing wrong with that. And B, it's not in the States, so we don't know. But you release this game in the offline state, okay, fine. But you still don't release it in the fucking States. So, as a person looking at this decision, and even you can't even use it as a business model. What business is there? There's no business there. You can't say it's for a younger general audience who wasn't, you can't say it's for them.
You can't say it's for people who never played Dragon Quest either.
Yeah, you can't say it's for people who never played Dragon Quest. You can't say it's for people who weren't maybe who are trying to get into the series. You can't say none of that when the same game literally has been out for just about 10 years at this point. Nothing you say, no defense is even justified at that point. And if you really try to defend it, you're insulting your own intelligence. There is no defending it. I can't even try. I tried just now with the subscription thing, and even that doesn't sound make sense because it's free for a certain part. And from what I understand, I don't know how far this offline version goes. I don't. What, they're gonna give it all the updates? What happens when the new updates for the online come out? Are you gonna update the X? Are you gonna update the offline version with that new whole expansion? Are you gonna have to buy this stuff separately? I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't.
You can't justify.
I can't justify. I don't even understand it. It's like I said. It's worse than the OLED. You can sit down and you can have a discussion, although a dumb one with OLED. You can't have a discussion with this. Like, and I'm reading these reports. I'm looking at all these articles on Google. Oh, this needs to come to the West now. It's like, this should have been announced for the West only. I wouldn't even release that in Japan. What's this shit?
Yeah, because again, if I was in Japan, I'd be like, okay, you just released the offline mode. Can't you play the game while offline anyway?
It's an MMO, so no.
It's annoying, but so essentially.
But I mean, it's an MMO. I mean, you know what you're getting into when you play an MMO.
Yeah.
Like I said, even the argument of no internet, you can maybe use that. But even then, that's still bullshit. The game's out for 10 years.
Hey, it would be worse if they charge you for it.
The game's not free.
What?
Dragon Quest Offline is it's a game. It's a game. It's not free.
They're gonna charge you for a game that's been out for all right.
That's what I'm saying. Who is this for?
No
like
one.
It's not. I don't think it's an update. It's just a normal game that is coming out. I don't see. It's like it's called Dragon Quest Rise of the Five Tribes offline, launching on PS5, PS4, Switch, and Steam, February 26th.
Oh damn! Son.
February 26th.
Oh shit!
Oh, I wouldn't be down that shit regardless.
Oh shit!
Oh, February 26th. Great. So if this came out in the States, you're basically telling me I wouldn't buy this in the first place. February 26th. What comes out the day before?
Like 3-4 games?
Exactly. One of them being Elden Ring. I mean.
Oh, yeah, they fucked themselves over.
So, according to the expansion, the Sleeping Hero and God of Guild on, which has a story along with the original, follows in the spring. So, let me get this straight. So it's called Dragon Quest X Rise of the Five Tribes offline, launches on PS5, PS4, Switch, PC, via Steam on February 26th. Great. Square Enix announced if you bought the PS4 version, you can upgrade to PS5 for free. So There you go. You had to buy the game. They also say, according to Gamitsu, expansion The Sleeping Hero and the Guided Allies Offline, which has a story as long as the originals, follows in the spring. So, are those just going to be updates? I'm assuming it's going to be an update. You know, that's why I assume. But I'm assuming those are versions 1 and 2, or version 2 and 3 maybe, or whatever the case may be. Either way, they're going to get the storylines. But as you can see here, they're getting the storylines, but it's not even with the game starting out. So once again, validates my point of
who is this for?
Who is this for? Because I'm looking at the game now. It's a game like shit, honestly.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not particularly a fan of it.
This game looks like garbage. So, is this a... So, I'm guessing, because it's offline, I assume they probably changed some things with the story. And it's all chibi now. Which...
Wait, that's not how it is? That's how it is normally?
No.
I thought Dragon Quest Twin was like that normally.
No. Look at... Okay. Let's do this and then we can move on. I want you to look up the Dragon Quest Offline trailer. Or, gameplay.
I did. I already saw it.
And then go look... Oh, okay, if you already see that, remember that was chibi, how they looked and they were chibi.
Yeah.
Go look at Dragon Quest X gameplay. Just normal gameplay.
Okay.
And then we can move on. And just look at the gameplay. It's not the same. It's not even close.
Oh,
if you see
shit!
It's not even close.
No.
So what the fuck is that?
Oh my god. Wow, that's annoying as fuck.
Look at what you got compared to what you had. So not only did they change the game completely, basically, because I guess they had no choice, but it made it look worse than what it already... Yeah, who's it? Listen.
Who is it for?
Listen, to all the Dragon Quest fans, whoever listens to this podcast, listen. I'm a Dragon Quest fan.
Okay? I am too after playing 11.
I played quite a few. Not every single one, but I played a few. I like Dragon Quest. It's one of the very few turn-based games I still play. So, I'm getting to a point now where I don't think it should be turn-based. But it is what it is. I will still play it whether it's turn-based.
Theoretically, 11 is not turn-based. You can...
Well, you can move around.
Yeah,
you can move around. I mean, I chose that playstyle.
Yeah.
As long as I play like 11, I'm fine going forward.
Yeah.
But I played the original one. Yeah. Well, I played 8. Played 7. I played like 6 or something.
I played a couple. And I used Hero in Smash Brothers.
And I played Dragon Quest Heroes, the Dynasty Warriors game. Ripoff.
Okay, first, I'm not gonna lie to you. Heroes 2 is not... It's not that good to me.
It's not.
Heroes 1 was alright.
So all the Dragon Quest fans, I am a fan of the series.
Of course.
I am not shitting on you technically. What I'm shitting on is the direction of this offline game. I don't know who this is for. I'm sure most of you may still buy it because it looks different. And you might just want to see how it is compared to the online version. I'm sure most people, if not a lot of you who play the game, America, Japan, or wherever you may be stationed in your life, I'm sure most of you may buy it just because it looks different from the online, and you may are curious to see what it actually is and brings to the table. I have no doubt this game will probably sell hotcakes. No doubt, because people are fucking clowns.
Damn, son. Why are you always getting on people's clownish behavior, son?
because they need to be called out. I have nothing against Dragon Quest fans. I am one too. If anyone listens to this podcast can sit down with me, non-toxic, comment something, and legitimately tell me who this is for, I'll be a very happy man. Because I didn't even look at the gameplay at first. Because I saw the announcement and I just refused to look at it. I saw Japan only and I clicked away. No point. This is my first time actually seeing the gameplay of Offline. Which further proves my point. Who is this for? And would it only come out in Japan? If this was only America, I may be more lenient to it.
I would never be as lenient, especially for you. But
I may have been slightly more lenient to how it looked because it's only in America and it's an offline version. If it only came out in America, I would have been slightly.
Why did they change the gameplay so much?
I don't know. I'd have asked myself those questions. I would have probably done some more research before buying it, but I would have been less angry, right? At least I have the game over me.
Yeah.
But on the same token, for those in Japan or who play this game in general, if you show me this, all I would do is laugh and say, "Square Enix, you're out of your fucking mind," and just keep it moving. I'm paying a subscription for this game. That's the part that I don't understand. People are already paying subscriptions for Dragon Quest X, the normal one. So why would they go out there and buy Dragon Quest X offline? I see no point in that. It's a fucking stupid mistake. You have one of the best MMOs probably in the world, outside of the FF14s and the WoWs and the PSOs or whatever.
I don't think WoW is a good game. I'm sorry. I don't think WoW is a good game.
I'm just talking about in the scans of MMO, people always put WoW in the top 3 of MMOs. I think it's fallen off a little bit. I think it's that in the landscape of MMOs, because there are still pretty bad ones out there. It's probably still in the top 5.
Nah, to me,
but it's still better than most MMOs. I mean, most MMOs, we're getting better with them, but a lot of them are still unproven. A lot of them are not really. They're decent. Yeah. But I'm just saying, to the majority of the public, WoW is top 5, top 10, whatever. Right.
Of course.
Whenever I talk about MMOs,
that make it even funnier. You're right. You're 110% right.
Whenever I talk about MMOs, there was 2 MMOs I never mentioned. One was Dragon's Dogma Online.
Oh,
which looked absolutely fantastic. It looked fantastic.
We're never getting.
And it got canceled.
Why did it get
canceled? Oh, it got canceled. I guess no one was playing it, or they decided to cancel.
Well, I mean, you could have just.
I have my own reasons for that. Personally, I have my own reasons for that. Why it got canceled?
Because it's not in America.
Is more of it's more of a positive reason than a negative reason. I'll touch on that in a second. But there's 2 MMOs I never touched. Whenever I talk about MMOs being like the top or whatever, I never touched 2. Dragon's Dogma I never even considered, and Dragon Quest X I never considered. Those 2 games are only in Japan. Who gives a shit? I could play it, but most of my friends wouldn't play it. So I was like a blithering fucking clown mentioning Dragon Quest X. There's no point in mentioning Dragon Quest X, no matter how good it actually may be. And to me, from what I play, it's a very good game. It's Dragon Quest but multiplayer. I mean, who would be upset with that? Even the combat, yeah, it's a little turn-based. It's still turn-based. A turn-based MMO is different. And it's Dragon Quest.
Wait, it's turn-based? What the fuck? How does that even work?
Yeah. It plays more like Dragon Quest 11. When you can run around the map.
Oh, okay.
You run around the map, but you still have to wait, before you can't just attack. You do your move. It's still turn-based, but you can move around the map and all that stuff. It's a little bit more. It's not really true turn-based, but it's more like if you choose the option of running around Dragon Quest 11 type turn-based.
Oh.
Either way, as good as that Dragon Quest game is, I will never even put it in contention as top MMO because the game is not even close to coming out of America. I will acknowledge how good it is. I can't put it in the top 10 because that's my opinion compared to everyone else who's never even want to touch it. The same goes for Blue Protocol too. As much as Blue Protocol is good, until it comes out in the States, it doesn't deserve a spot. Because an American playing it, when you're talking to your friends, you're in a niche audience. Talking to your friends. Now they can go on the forums and find thousands of people, millions of people probably play it.
Yeah.
But that's not my friends. So when talking to friends, I never mention because it's in Japan. Don't give a shit. They'll never play it. Same will be for Blue Protocol when that eventually releases. But yeah, this is ridiculous. We can move on. And as far as Dragon's Dogma, the reason why I think they canceled it is because I think at some point we're getting Dragon's Dogma 2. And I think that Dragon's Dogma 2 will kind of be online-ish. Not really MMO, but online. I think they know what people want. So I think them canceling Dragon Quest Online, Dragon's Dogma Online, I think that just means they're paving the way for Dragon Quest 2 to kind of have that feature in it. So,
wow.
Like I said, not a full-fledged MMO, but basically an online game we can do. Like Monster Hunter, we can go there and do some online hunts or whatever the case may be. I think that's what's going to happen. That's why I think they canceled Dragon's Dogma. It could be that just no one played it. You only came out in Japan, and Dragon's Dogma is a great game, but you're not going to be the fucking end-all be-all when you got fucking Final Fantasy 14 over there, and Dragon Quest over there, and all the other MMOs over there. So, but yeah. But we can move on, man. I'm sorry. The rant had to happen, man, because that...
Okay.
Holy shit.
The next thing we could talk about is the DC fandome. Alright. Did you like the DC fandome?
It was fine.
I know it's called the DC fandom, but they put an E at the end, so it's fandome.
It was fine. A lot of interesting things like Static Shock and
Static Shock. What happened?
All that. I think he's getting like a movie or animated movie or something. He's coming back in a nice way for people. You got they show Black Adam and listen, they show a lot of good things, but my main thing was Gotham Knights, and everything else to me was a moot point. I could give two shits about anything else, personally. Because usually at these things, they're telling you projects.
Yeah. And
projects usually don't come out for about 4 years, 3 to 4 years. I don't care about something that comes out in 3 to 4 years. So, though it's nice to know that it's happening, I don't care until I get a finished product. Titans Season 4, that's coming. Great, we kind of knew that already. Titans is very successful on HBO Max. They'll continue it until they don't want to continue it no more. But it overall, since I wanted Gotham Knights, I was disappointed. The cutscene looked great, but we got really no new information. And more important than that, for a game that was already delayed over a year, we still have no release date. We have a release year, but no release date. And that just, it puts red flags. It's like, okay, you got a release date, a release year, but no date. What are we doing? You already delayed the game a year, within a year.
Yeah.
You showed us in 2020. It was supposed to come out in 2021. You pushed it back. Now you're showing us a story cutscene, and then you just say 2022. When? Spring? Summer? This time next year, which would be fucking terrible? That's some Cold Vein shit right there. Man, it was fine, but ultimately I was just disappointed. For the DC fandom overall, it was fine. It wasn't bad.
The fact that they didn't show off, they kind of just said 2022. I was like, For me myself, I was just like, nah, bruh. I guess I gotta wait.
As long as it come out in February.
If they come out in February, bruh, I'm gonna be mad.
If it comes out in February, it depends on when it. If it comes out, if it comes out early February, fine. If it comes out the 25th, I mean, I'm not saying I would buy it, but the playtime on to be severely low.
Damn.
Because Elden Ring will be there.
Oh yeah, Elden Ring. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna pay attention if it comes out anywhere near Elden Ring. It's not even gonna get a notice.
And I was actually interested in that Sifu game, and that comes the same fucking month.
The fucked up part is I already pre-ordered Sifu, so I'm a little pissed off that I did that. Just a little pissed off. Not really.
Now you got to buy out Sifu and Elden Ring.
I got like 8 games I gotta beat anyway. Alright, but what did you feel? Did you see the Batman trailer?
Yeah.
That's literally what everybody mainly cared about at this point. It's like, ooh, Batman.
I mean, I seen enough the first trailer. I didn't need to see anything else. I don't need to. There's a difference. See, movie trailers and game trailers to me are different. Movie trailers to me, they show me, they give you a general idea. And for me, I only need to really see it once. You see it once to try and get the tone of the movie and just what they're planning on doing, and maybe how the actors feel in the trailer. A second trailer showing me new footage. I mean, sure, if it's fine. I'm not saying I'm against it, but I don't hold it as heavy as video game trailers, because with a movie, it's a movie. What you see is that is what it is. You're seeing what it is for the most part. Whereas video game trailers, a story cutscene trailer means nothing almost. Yeah, it's nice to see where they're going with the story, but we need something called gameplay as well, and UI, and there's a lot more elements that gaming has and needs to show off than movies. Movies just need to show you maybe a villain or what they're going for. You can see the actors doing the scene somewhat, and you kind of make your judgment based off the CG and all that. But video games, you need more than just a CG trailer. You need gameplay, you need UI, you need explanation on such and such.
Yeah.
If it's an open world game, you need to see how big the open world is. Is it an empty open world? Is it a lush and nicely crowded open world? Is it there's so much more in game trailers that you need to really sell someone than a movie trailer. You can show a movie trailer. I mean, shit, all you gotta do is mention a movie's name, and for the most part, if you're a fan of said character or a fan of a series or a fan of a movie, similar to video games as well in that regard, if you already know the franchise, then most people will go anyway. It's a Batman movie. I mean, yes, you can always get you can always get Batman and Robin. We remember how bad that movie is. But it's a Batman movie. You see one trailer, all you need to do is judge it off one trailer, and you're pretty much good there. It's like Godzilla movies. You only need to see really one Godzilla trailer. Now, if you want to see another one and maybe see who the villain is, that's fine. But that shit will leak out anyway. But you really only need to see a movie trailer once to really get yourself to say, okay, if I'm gonna see it or not. Video game trailers, you gotta watch them multiple times. You gotta have different trailers, gameplay, explanations, stuff like that. So, the Batman trailer was fine. It didn't show me anything that I was like, oh. I already knew about Riddler, already knew about Penguin, already knew about Black Cat, Jesus Christ. Catwoman. I already knew about those characters. So it's like, we knew they were in the movie anyway. So, it's nice to... we already seen Penguin in the first trailer, I think.
I don't remember.
But either way,
Riddler. You knew it was the Riddler.
Yeah, but either way, okay, if you didn't see Penguin in the first one, you see him in this one, it's like, okay, great, but we already knew he was in the movie. I think we even seen pictures of Colin Farrell as him. It's nice to see him, but me watching a trailer does not give me as much, like, I'm less judgmental on them. It's a trailer. Some trailers look bad, and some trailers look decent. Some trailers look good. Because at the end of the day, similar to video games in a way, once you hear a name of a movie, you kind of already tell yourself if you're going to go see it or not.
That is
if you see a movie if you see something called The Flower on the Mountain, and it shows two female characters and a dog on it, and it says a drama movie in the title, without a trailer. By that title alone, and by a little synopsis you got, you can already tell yourself, yeah, I'm not going to see this movie. Whereas a video game, you can get a new game. You get a new game called Sparkler in the Forest or some stupid shit, and you see a story trailer. You can't tell yourself you're going to buy that game off a story trailer because you want to see gameplay. And you maybe you can. Maybe some people, yep, story will go, yep. But for me, no. I need to see gameplay. What kind of game am I playing? Am I playing RTS? Am I playing a MOBA? How many of these cinematic cutscenes? How many of these beautiful fucking cinematic cutscenes you get? These luscious game cinematic cutscenes, and you look at the gameplay as a fucking RTS. Now some people love RTS. I don't really like them that much. So I can't judge off a video game trailer like a video game like a pure trailer with no gameplay involved, no UI involved. I can't judge a video game off that. I need to see gameplay. I need to see UI.
Makes sense.
Overall, it's fine. I mean, my main thing was Gotham Knights. I was really looking forward to it. It got pushed back. I was hoping to hear a little bit more information at the biggest show of the year, and they gave me nothing. So, we already knew that the Quarter Owls was going to be the storyline. We already knew this going in.
Oh, shit.
I'm not even complaining about gameplay, because we've already seen gameplay as well.
Yep.
I'm just complaining about the fact that you gave me really no new information on the game itself. I don't give a shit what went into making the game. I don't care. Yes.
People don't.
I don't care who y'all. We read the comics. Congratulations. I hope you did read the fucking comics. I mean, or got some input for the person who wrote the storyline. I will hope you. That's basic. Not. I will hope you would. I want to know gameplay mechanics, UI. How does the characters operate? If you're Red Hood, does the cutscene change? Or does the cutscene just stay the same? That just because Dick Grayson is there, even though you're playing Red Hood, it's going to show Dick Grayson, and then you just go back to Red Hood. How do these things operate? I want to know that type of stuff, because I got to play this game.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
So which
one? But, DC fandom as a whole was fine.
Oh yeah. Which one are you more interested in between that and the Suicide Squad?
Oh, Gotham Knights.
Do you think? I was asking.
I'm not saying I'm not interested. I'm not saying I'm not interested in Suicide Squad. It's just, even though a better studio is doing Suicide Squad, this is Suicide Squad, I believe it's Rocksteady, and the people doing Gotham Knights are the people who did Arkham Origins.
Oh God, I just realized that. Yeah.
Which, I'm not saying Arkham Origins was a shit game. It's just compared to Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, it was not that good. It was a decent game. It was, it was a playable game.
Yeah, too bad it was patched to shit. They didn't fucking whatever. I don't want to talk about it no more.
Yeah, so obviously Suicide Squad being done by a better developer. In fact, I have no doubt Suicide Squad will even be better than Gotham Knights. But at the same time, this is something. See, Gotham Knights is basically, it's almost what fans wanted. In every Arkham Knight game, fans wanted to roam cities. But not only roam the city is fucking Batman. They wanted to use a Nightwing. They wanted to use a Barber. They wanted to use a Dick Grayson, a Tim Drake. They wanted to use Jason Todd. They wanted to use these characters in the open world, or at least have more to do with them than just using Batman.
Yeah. We
love the games, but everyone wanted more. And yes, you can use Red Hood, and they have the storyline DLCs, and yes, you can use them in the little challenge rooms, boo, but people really want to explore the talent with these characters. So Gotham Knights is more of like what we want, the fans of the game, what we want. So I kind of hold that to higher esteem because personally, I don't give a fuck about Suicide Squad as a game. I don't really care. I'm not saying it's gonna be bad, but I don't really care. They'll probably either let you play one of them, or you can play all four of them at once.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just swap all. You know, just hit a button to swap, or you play one and you can pick another character after you beat the game or whatever. I mean, we're not gonna do it, but I don't care. As an interest, it's not my interest isn't there. My interest in Gotham Knights because if everything goes well, how they say it is, and if it plays as good as it looks, then it's what we really wanted. You know, I just hope it's not an Avengers situation. But Avengers to me was always shaky anyway.
Yeah, it just happens to come out and it was shit.
You know, I played a demo of that, and I doubt we get a demo of Gotham Knights. I hope we do. But you know, you can play Avengers the demo, and it's automatically just not good. It's very repetitive. And I think that's what Gotham Knights, I hope, has for it is that because Gotham is open, you can do like you could do in Arkham City, in Arkham Knight, where you can go around and disarm people. Yeah, it may have been a little repetitive, but it's the fact that you had this open world to go through, and you're Batman. Now you're doing it with a friend, and you're Red Hood, Nightwing, Robin, or Batgirl, and probably eventually Bruce Wayne. Anyone who knows the Court of Owls knows he's not that. Yeah. So it's more interest for me because it's what I wanted in Arkham Knight. We didn't get it or any Arkham game, so we'll have to see. I hope it doesn't have the Avengers effect. I really hope it doesn't have the Avengers effect. I hope that it's not when you're playing. Because I think you can play the story co-op. I think. Mm-hmm. And if you can do that, it's already better than Avengers. Alright. Because eventually you can't play the story co-op. You just hit mission after mission, and it just recycles the same objectives. I'm hoping because I'm hoping you can play the story together, and I'm hoping that while free roaming things, it'll be slightly fresh every time you do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, eventually you'll probably do every type of quests or every type of like stopping crime, but hopefully the story carries it, and by you playing with a friend, it makes the game better. That's all I can hope for. Don't do it with Avengers.
But let's move on. Let's talk about the Crane Jewel pay-per-view that was a fucking super house show, but people call it a pay-per-view. Well, whatever. You saw it, right?
I saw up to the Xavier Lewis match, and I fell asleep doing his entrance.
Jesus Christ. Well,
the pay-per-view, honestly, outside of Rollins and Edge, and I did go back and watch Sasha Banks' match. Outside of that, the pay-per-view's irrelevant. Like, I don't care about Roman Reigns. We already knew that he was winning the match, so
yeah, it was kind of obvious. It was just dumb on how it happened. But I do have a question for you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Was this the best Saudi Arabia show, or do you think it was just the middle of the road one?
I mean, it's probably the best pay-per-view all year.
Damn.
I mean, WWE-wise, yes.
Damn.
Look at WWE pay-per-views. We've had basically SummerSlam was pretty much a dud. You had you had a few. You had good matches on there, but Saudi Arabia. The thing is, it was built better as far It had a lot of build, at least with two matches. Well, one really. Yeah. The Rollins and Edge. I mean, the Roman and Brock shit. Who gives a shit?
That was not. That was so trash to me. I'm sorry.
I'll discuss Roman a little later. But I mean, I think it was the better pay-per-view of the year. I'm not gonna say the best because obviously WWE pay-per-views. I mean, by WWE standard, it probably is the best because WWE standard pay-per-views are fucking garbage most of the time. I just think it was I fell asleep because I sat there. I'm like I just genuinely don't care about this King of the Ring shit. I didn't care about any of it. I mean, outside of the Seth and Rollins and the Sasha Banks match, I don't give a shit. But it's still overall, even without those biases, good show. The wrestling was good. The storytelling and the matches that mattered was good. So,
yeah,
probably their best pay-per-view.
Even though the Hurt Business match to me was just fucking dumb.
I didn't watch it. I purposely did not watch the pre-show just because the match didn't make sense.
Yeah, but
like, why are we fighting?
You're right. Like, I don't know why I watched it, but I was bored at work. The next one was, of course, you said Edge versus Seth Rollins, which is a fantastic match, and the way it ended, I was like, damn, it's just pretty good. Mansoor versus Mustafa, whatever the fuck. I have a problem with this match because it was like, you know what? I'll go over my problem with this pay-per-view when I'm done here. Of course, you got RK Bro versus Styles and Omos, which was not a good match in the slightest, except for the fucking camel. But if you didn't really care about the camel, this match was not good in the slightest. It was just a basic bitch match with Omos trying to be good, and he's just not. I'm sorry, he's not. A lot of people are like, he's getting better. I'm like, no, the fuck he isn't. He's just doing the same shit over and over again. Selena Vega winning the Queen's Crown joint was I was like, alright, I guess. The Goldberg fucking Bobby Lashley match was so fucking average and painful to watch that I almost fucking just did my job when I was at work watching this match. That's how bad that was. Xavier Woods versus Finn Balor was an okay match. It's just, I feel like Finn Balor should have won that. I feel like Finn Balor should have been the guy to have that one. Instead, they gave it to Woods. Big E versus Drew McIntyre was just a powerhouse match, which I really wasn't interested in for a little bit. But, it was alright. Becky Lynch, that triple threat match, I didn't care. I didn't watch it because I already said ever since what happened, where she lost, with Bianca Belair lost in a couple seconds, you're not going to let me, I'm not going to watch it. Just not going to watch your shit. That's all I'm saying. And then, of course, you get Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in the exact same fucking match that they had the last time with an added move of the guillotine. Thank God. People was like, the match is going to be different. I'm like, well, the match is exactly the fucking same as it is the last time. What are you talking about?
The only difference in the match is that Roman's a heel and Brock's the babyface.
That's the only difference. It's like that same match with the John Cena versus Roman Reigns. I said the same thing. I was like, remember the last time they fought? It was terrible. But Roman wasn't a heel. Who cares if Roman's a heel? Roman being a heel is not going to change his match dynamic with John Cena. John Cena sucks. Roman Reigns sucks. The match was trash. Like, come on, son. Whatever. But, apparently I'm a jackass or something. Whatever.
Yeah.
But the one problem I had with this pay-per-view, right? And I was even talking to one of my coworkers at work. I was like, the pay-per-view has a problem. He was like, what? I was like, this pay-per-view is so fucking predictable. It's not even funny at this point. You could tell just from the matches how predictable it was.
I mean, you can't have. The only. It's fucking stupid. Like Drew McIntyre versus Big E.
Yeah.
Match was great. Some people say match of the night. But who gave a shit? Because we already knew that Drew McIntyre wasn't going to win the match because the motherfucker's on SmackDown.
Exactly.
There was no intrigue. The only intrigue, kind of, slightly unpredictable, was the Sasha Banks match. Because, on one hand, Bianca and Becky on Raw, and Sasha's the only SmackDown superstar. So, in hindsight, you may think, well, obviously Sasha's gonna win, but then at the same time, they are coming up to Survivor Series, and they probably want Becky and Charlotte again. So you can make the argument that Becky will win, and they'll just swap the titles because they're on different brands. Yeah. Which, of course, they did tonight. They literally swapped the titles. So it's like it was predictable, but that was like the only match that wasn't predictable in a way. So I don't know, man. The Edge and Seth Rollins. I mean, kind of predictable because of the simple fact that Rollins is the heel and Edge is the babyface, and Rollins did this so-called heinous stuff, and it only makes sense for him to get his win back. But at the same time, I could see Seth Rollins win the match because if Seth is going to be challenging Big E for a title, you may want to give him a big win, something like that. I mean, those two matches are really the only ones that can go either way. But every other match, literally, was fucking. Was fucking happening. So, I don't know.
Alright. But, last but not least, you said you wanted to talk about Roman Reigns.
Yes, our tribal chief, the head of the table. And this is nothing negative to Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I want to say I do believe, no matter what I may say, I do believe Roman Reigns is doing his best work as a character. He's having his best matches right now as this character. The problem is more or less on the WWE side of things. This is the problem because as of now, the way things are going, there's no way you're taking this belt off Roman Reigns. They have built no one credible enough to even make you believe that Roman Reigns will lose, and that is the Roman Reigns problem. He is literally booked, and I hate to say this way. A lot of people disagree. A lot of people may say not really. But if you really look at it, he's literally booked the same way as he was the babyface, except he has Paul Heyman, and he has his cousin.
Yeah.
He has his little faction. But the most important part of it is that he's a heel. But he's a heel who is unstoppable. Basically, the same as his face run. He was the babyface. He was seemingly the next John Cena, and we all know John Cena was so-called unstoppable.
Yeah.
Only problem with Roman is that he was miscast, so it never really got to a point where he kept winning.
Yeah.
He was horribly miscast as the babyface. WWE turned Roman heel, which was the right move, but they've made him so they built no one up alongside him to eventually take the belt off of him.
Yeah,
some people say they don't.
They're only building up the Roman Reigns.
Exactly. On that level. Some people say they want Roman Reigns as champion for 800 days, 700 days. No.
God, no.
I don't want Roman Reigns as champion that long. People say, well, Walter did it. Okada did it. You have to remember something about Walter and Okada. Walter was only champion for 800 days. Now, maybe that could have been the plan initially. But he was really champion for so long because NXT UK did not run shows for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Pandemic fucked the UK. And he wasn't wrestling.
Yeah.
Thus, he just kept the title. It's the same thing with the women's champion. He kept the title for so long because they wasn't running shows. Okada, I believe, his 700-day reign as champion, I want to say had a total 12 title defenses. So it was 700 days with 12 title defenses, means the matches of him defending the belt was far less and more, and it was rare, thus feeling more important. You know, it really only happened on the bigger pay-per-views. Okay. And that was by design for Okada.
That is true.
I don't mind long champions.
Yeah. I like
if you have
credible champions.
Yes, I don't mind long championship reigns when it makes perfect sense and when there are people underneath that can realistically be contenders for him. This SmackDown roster, outside of Brock Lesnar, who is quote suspended now,
yeah,
and outside of Drew McIntyre, there's no one for Roman to face.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff Hardy has been a jobber and has been basically jobbed out for most of since he come back from his injury. When I see Jeff Hardy against Roman Reigns, there's no way in hell in my mind, Jeff Hardy beating Shinsuke Nakamura, I'm sorry, the ball has already been dropped. Yeah, he's IC champ, but he's not even doing anything as IC champ.
Yeah, that's true.
Rick Boogs is doing all the work. And after that, who else is on SmackDown? Nobody. So, Drew McIntyre is not beating Roman Reigns. He's not. They have built no one credible enough on any roster. NXT, Raw, SmackDown. They built no one up to even face Roman Reigns, let alone beat him. And so a 800-day title of Roman Reigns, what tells me is rematch after rematch after rematch. At that point, Roman Reigns might not even be on TV. And that's the problem. This character work, this is the best run of his life. But the problem is he's stronger, far too strong. And he is basically at a point now where I don't even want to see him on my TV.
Yeah, at this point, it's just like, alright, man, you're getting boring with the kind of the stories on this.
You know,
Did
the head of the
SmackDown
table
today?
Huh?
I forgot about SmackDown.
Yeah, you know, the head of the table and all that is great. I love it. I love the character. But at this point, once you deal with Drew McIntyre and maybe do a one-off with Jeff Hardy, it's over. I don't care. Because there's no intrigue in this anymore. The Roman Reigns, the Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman thing,
yeah,
is only intriguing because at that point fear happens. Because you can do one or two things: you can keep Roman and Paul together, or Paul will betray Roman and go to Brock and does doing a double turn. And nobody wants to face Roman Reigns right now.
Nobody.
But I've said this, and I said this on the podcast. I believe Roman's not losing that title until he turns babyface. He's not. Because there's no heels. There's no babyface to beat him as a heel. Not one. So Roman's going to lose that belt when he turns babyface. Essentially, he'll lose it maybe as a quote heel to another quote heel. But due to him he's going to get fucked over. So that's the thing. Roman may be a heel going into the match. He'll come out as a babyface, or he'll turn babyface during the segments and during the program, and then when they face, he'll do the title then.
True. Because
he is way too strong as a heel, and if you're not gonna have a babyface fuck over another heel, because then he's really not a babyface. So what's gonna happen, in my honest opinion? Roman is either going to turn face during the program before the match, or during the match, he'll be facing probably a baby face, the babyface will cheat out Roman Reigns, thus probably turning heel.
Yeah.
Or tweener, and then do all of that, Roman will be a babyface. Because babyface syndrome, the dumb babyface syndrome, it works. It doesn't work, but they prone to use it for babyfaces only, and that's how Roman's gonna lose the belt. But look what we gotta do to get there. There's no opponents. And I say, Roman Reigns wants to say, "What the fuck off my TV? There's just no point in being here." You're to a point now where there's no point in me watching you. What's the point? You'll come out, you spit your words, you may get beat up, it may be a great promo. But at the end of the day, I already know the outcome. You, with a towel, look at the person who's looking up at the lights. It does not matter. It doesn't intrigue me. Yeah, it can be a great match, but who gives a shit? When it's so predictable. Every Roman match is predictable because they built no one up for Roman.
Yeah.
And these little one-shot matches, it's not going to cut it.
Yeah, because they're definitely not believable.
Honestly, look at the SmackDown roster. There's one person outside Lesnar. That's believable, and it's Drew McIntyre, but we're not going to give Drew McIntyre that. Drew McIntyre doesn't need that. No, he doesn't deserve it right now. He doesn't need to be Roman Reigns. But there's no one else. Legitimately, there is not a single person. You can't. I mean, of relevance, there's not one person.
Yep.
So,
there's nobody. Yeah, you're right. They keep doing this shit and building one person, but then they don't build a credible threat. And then if the person that they try to build up wins, it's gonna be like that's not enough. Like if Jinder Mahal was to win right now, you'd be kind of pissed right now. If Jinder Mahal was to get the title from Roman Reigns, you'd be like, "What the fuck happened?"
And that's the issue with WWE is the Roman Reigns problem because the man is too strong.
That is
true. The man is Goku, and he's fighting a roster of Yamchas.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no by proxy of him being good. By proxy of there being no opponents, it hurts Roman because no matter how much good he's doing, he has no believable babyface to really feed off from. You can be a great heel, but you still need a good babyface. Now his matches have been fine. The Kevin Owens, the Daniel Bryan, but look, he's breezed through everybody. He's beaten everybody at this point. So why is he even on my TV? What's the point? Once he goes to Drew McIntyre again, once he deals with Brock Lesnar again, then what are you gonna do? At that point, just send the man home. Say fuck it. Now, what they should have done is had a guy or a few people, but mainly if you wanted to really build up a babyface, you should have had someone basically parallel Roman in a way where Roman's Universal Champion, but this babyface is the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
Right? And he parallels Roman, not in terms of strength, but in terms of being built up. He's IC he's IC champion. Maybe he loses it, or better yet, you maybe build him up over a year. So for the first year, he's not. He's a good wrestler. You're building him up. He's getting in these programs. He's building a cult following because you're putting effort into him. When you get to Roman, before this, and then when you eventually get to Roman, this guy's an Intercontinental Champion. He's built up. He's been battling, scratching, clawing, and now he's finally met the final boss. And then you can do a title change there. The problem is we have no one like that, and that's the thing they should have been doing. Now you're shoehorning Brock Lesnar. Now you're going to shoehorn Drew McIntyre. Now you're going to do Jeff Hardy.
Oh God!
All those matches are instant L's for every other person but Roman. I don't want Roman at 900 days. I see no point in that. What are we going to do? Who's he going to face? There's no one for him to face. So just send him home and have to do via satellite shows or fucking. There's no point in being there. What is the point? I don't know, man. It's one of the. It's just a problem. It's a problem within WWE, and I hope it gets addressed at some point. Now, you can't do it overnight. You have to build it from. You have to build them up. So, it's one of those things that is a problem. I don't know if WWE is going to fix it. In fact, I feel like either A, he'll lose some bumblefuck who doesn't need it, who doesn't need the win, who doesn't need his. So when Roman loses, he's going to basically give everything he did that's like a conquering hero. And that power is going to have all Roman Reigns' head of the table and all that power goes to the person who beat him. Think of it like it's like Highlander a little bit. But you have no one for that role. So what do you do?
I don't know. At this point, you just kind of don't know.
You just sit at home. There's no point in him being on TV. It's just no point. Why should I watch? The outcome is not in doubt. The outcome is as simple as 1 + 1.
Yeah.
That's my Roman Reigns problem. That's TLDR for those who don't who want to fast forward. Too strong. There you go. They built him up way too strong, and it took no time to build up anyone else that needs to make a dent.
Alright. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. Did you have anything else you wanted to say? Because I'm about to cut it off, and then, yeah.
Yes. One more thing.
What's up?
I just want to say to all those of the family of Christopher Aries, the voice actor of the most recent, the Frieza voice actor and the K. Corona voice actor, to the families, his family and friends, I wish y'all all the best of times. He passed away over the weekend.
Oh my God.
October 18th.
With the English or the Japanese dub?
The English dub. Chris Aries. You seen Gantz dub?
Yeah.
K. Corona, the voice actor for K. Corona.
Oh my goodness.
He passed away. The latest Frieza, the one that was in the now Frieza.
Oh my God.
So he passed away. So to the family and friends of him, you are my prayers. I hope that you all get through it. He was one of my. I always looked at Chris as a very underrated voice actor. A lot of his voices I enjoyed, and the performances he put in a lot of shows were different than just the normal people that we hear all the time, the Vic Mignognas and the Christopher Paddens. Not saying they were bad; they were all good actors. But him,
they screwed him over. He is nothing.
Well, we don't. I'm just talking about voice performances.
I know.
Chris, it was something about his voice that resonated with me. His acting when he did multiple different roles that resonated with me more than certain ones. And maybe that's just because I heard everyone so much that it became old hat. If I heard Lucy Christian once as Konami Chidori, I would hear her again, and it would almost sound like the same thing. It would be the same cadence, the same voice tone, and it was simple. But Chris, most characters, not all of them, some characters were very different. Now, once I heard him a lot, I could pick him out very easily. But that's besides the point. He was one of my favorites that I always like listening to. Wish he had more main roles. That goes to his brother, which I hope his brother is doing well as well. But to all the family and friends of Chris Aries, I hope our heirs, I hope that y'all all do well, and all in my prayers.
Damn, son. Alright. That being said, we're gonna go ahead and call this podcast here. I also wish that guy's family the best, and I hope you all have a good one. Damn, that's a sour note, but yeah. Alright. His brother's Gregory? Oh my god. Oh my lord.
Yeah, Gray Irish. Yeah, Irish.
Yeah,
I think it's Irish.
Yeah, Fred.
Yeah, I think they pronounce it Irish.
Yeah, he played Frost while his brother played Frieza. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, the last thing, the movie.
Yeah.
The Broly movie, because he was sick for a while.
Oh yeah.
He couldn't do Frieza for a bit, and they got Damon Mills, who's very good. They got Damon Mills to play Frieza. He actually plays Frieza in the Dragon Ball Z Fighters game. When you play Fighters, that's Damon Mills, not Chris.
Okay.
In Super, it's pretty much all Chris until like when Frieza first comes back. That's Damon until like episode 1, like 06 or something. And then like from 106 on up, Chris came back. And then Chris came back through the movie. Ironic enough, he did that movie, the Broly movie, with only 30% of lung capacity, or like lung function. Cause he had a end-stage lung disease that he got diagnosed with 2017. And he did that Frieza role, the last movie, with 30% lung capacity. And that was his last voice acting role that he did for Frieza. So it sucked. Actually, I was at work when I saw that. I ain't gonna lie, man. It actually hurt. And that actually hurt me. I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
But.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, alright. You guys have a good one. Jeez.